Time and place, huh? So the place, our state, our islands. The time, Monday night was when the moon went by Uranus, was kind of the end of this week's cycle. So Darby just proved the ancient Chinese had a good technique, huh? Okay, here's the website. When you get there, go to the right and scroll down and you'll see the show marked special edition. And there's a lot of other references on the timing of this as the moon went by Uranus on the sky mirror, yeah? And an addendum, I'm here on the 26th of July looking at quakes, and sure enough there was a couple of quakes in Oklahoma, and there's Stillwater and Fairview. There was one in the Aleutians and there were two in Papua New Guinea. Those are all references to the last station of Uranus, where I predicted earthquakes in similar places. Of course, we're not done because Uranus doesn't really stop in the sky till the 29th. Well, this is show 1028. You're sitting on a Saturn station. Yeah, scary, huh? Ooh. So I guess before I use up all my remaining time on this show, I better get to the sky mirror. Let's find out what it's like day by day for you, huh? Let's see, coming up, there is a new full moon at 26 Aquarius, early in the morning. But as you're watching the show, Venus has stumbled into the Saturn-Neptune square. She's squaring Saturn. She's opposing Neptune. And remember, Saturn is stopping. And so when out comes the Grim Reaper, big things fall on people. Poor girls, next few days, okay? There's an eclipse on September 1st. That gives you another scary month like the one 3 months ago, because that eclipse is going to set off the Saturn-Neptune square that's still pretty doggone tight. Let's take a look at it. As Saturn slows down and stops, Saturn's influence is cold and dry. So you'll get dehydrated. Drink plenty of water. Now as you go through next week, the planet Mars moves from 4 to 8. So at your end of next week, Mars is there with Saturn, and that can be really scary. So there's going to be some stuff going on in the world. Keep calm, carry on. Let's see how it looks day by day, okay? In fact, if you're watching the Thursday night show on the 11th of August, you're smack in the middle of it. Yep. The moon is on the Mars. There it is. And Thursday is a tough day. It starts with being angry in the middle of the day. And here's Venus getting in trouble. She's getting locked up. Big things are falling on her. She's in real danger, huh? And here's Neptune really early Friday morning at 2-3 o'clock in the morning Hawaiian time. So this is a very difficult Thursday night, Friday morning. Kids can't communicate. You can't communicate either Friday afternoon. Moon's in Sagittarius. Squares Mercury. Finally, here's a trine to the sun. But it's late Friday night. It's like midnight Hawaiian time. And that might get you out of it. Notice I've marked this period right here, Thursday and Friday basically, as the time of grave difficulties in the world due to this nasty, they call him the Great Malefic, huh? The worst. Sometimes he's known as the devil or the Grim Reaper. Sometimes he's just an innocent looking guy in a dark suit with a tie. But he's in trouble, and he's going to make trouble for everybody else. And by the time you get to Saturday afternoon, moon shifts into Capricorn, starts to settle down a little bit, okay? On Sunday the 14th, there's actually nice angles to Neptune and Venus, and we kind of feel like we regained our faith in love and and niceness and refinement a little bit. Sunday night late, 9-10 o'clock in the evening, the moon goes by Pluto. There's discovery. There's new things going on, things you didn't know about. Yeah, put on your Sherlock Holmes hat and go hunting late Sunday night. Early Monday, on the 15th, moon's still in Capricorn till you get to here. And so you're still pretty organized, and Mercury is in harmony, so you'll get off to work, and communication, transportation seems to be behaving. But here, here is the square to Uranus. It's about dinner time. After dinner, it's shaky again. Now, this is tailing off. Remember, we got 20-day orb on either side of the station. And so, you know, you've only got another few days while Uranus is tailing off. It's getting a lot weaker. But you could still see quakes and shakes and things twirling here on Monday. That's I still haven't got complete reports about Kauai yet because I'm on Tuesday. Anyway, there's a nice Jupiter, some wisdom, truth coming out Monday afternoon. After the feeling of isolation and shaking, you know, there's a really nice piece of wisdom here, and natural knowing, so to speak, that happens. On Tuesday the 16th, the moon shifts into Aquarius, get a different vibe altogether. By Tuesday night, here's a nice sextile to Mars and to Saturn, and we're getting things repaired, and the heroes are out. There's action and energy, and it's organized. And you know, if the military ever did good stuff, there's a chance for it to do some good stuff Tuesday afternoon and evening. Wednesday, the moon's still in Aquarius, and as you go towards the evening, here's a nice sextile to Uranus. Here's the good side of Uranus, which is basically common sense, you know, and Aquarian values, and a lot of neat stuff that I admire a lot, because Uranus rules astrology. So you feel better about your astrologer now? Hope so. Thursday morning, here's a square to the sun. It's hard to get going real early. Tails off as you go on later, but it's kind of an angry period because here's Mars, and he's right there with Saturn. And on Thursday night, the moon's going to square Mars, square Saturn, and then go to the conjunction to Neptune. Yeah, here it is at 11 degrees. It's Friday morning, so late Thursday, early Friday morning, the 19th, confusion, delusion, angriness, not a very nice time. There is, just after breakfast on Friday, a sextile to Pluto. Some new discovery might come up and change your mind about some of this, but you know, we're set up for some problems here, and a lot of these things are going to get tripled. You know, when you get to that eclipse, September 1st, you got a whole month of September to mull over this stuff that's happening. Friday night, yeah, it's not too friendly. There's an opposition to Venus. She's not doing well. It's no time for love or sex. Nope. And then you go late Friday night. Here's this opposition to Jupiter and Mercury. The kids won't shut up. There's too much talk. You know, it's overly busy, can't communicate. Everybody's in the way kind of Friday night. Not too good. Continues through Saturday morning till you get past breakfast, and then the moon shifts into Aries. Different vibes come up. Saturday night, here's a trine to Mars and Saturn. Get out and fix things. Get organized. Use the good side of these two. But you know, Saturn's the great malefic. Mars is the lesser malefic in ancient times. So you're handling two tough guys here. It's all about physical stuff. Both are specialists in the physical world. Sunday, on the 21st, the moon's still in Aries. There's a square to Pluto. It's a little panicky just after breakfast. And the final shot, maybe, if Uranus has one, he's 22 days now after the station, but the moon's going to go by Uranus late Sunday night, the 21st, and you still could get some shakings and twirlings, although they ought to be much less in power. And Monday, on the 22nd, here's a trine to the sun. So you're getting out there and getting going, and things are getting done. I don't expect this is going to be a major glitch, because you're past that station now by 22 days. Just a note for you on Neptune, huh? I mean, this country is gaga. They got a bad chart here. Neptune stuff. Doctors, priests, oh, the drug war. We're just trying to force these guys to stop persecuting pot, and they take up the opiate thing. And this was the government that scared the doctors into taking people off their opiate painkillers and putting them on bad schedules. And my goodness, back in the old hippie days, it was well known that it's easier to kick heroin than it is tobacco. But everybody's got to ring the alarm bell over something. Neptune, Neptune. It's got to be one drug or the other. We need some reason to go out and persecute these folks. Too bad. You know what a Brompton cocktail is? Places where they help people die. Well, it's got all the good drugs in it, and it's a strawberry flavored drink or something, and you just sip it, and it kills your pain and keeps you coherent at the same time. Good Neptune. Finally, PTSD is a virus. I got a BA in Psych and a Master's in Environmental Health Epidemics. I discovered it myself. I saw it happen. It's a virus. You cough in somebody's eyeball if you got it, and they get it. Why do you think we're having all these suicides? You don't recognize that this is a total change, whether it's in the war zone or in the home. You know, people who are doing suicides, you know, it's another failure of our medical system, frankly. Yep. And there's a lot of reasons why you should be suspicious. You never saw anybody doing war trips with suicide. Oh yeah, there was kamikazes, but they had a hell of a tough time getting the young Japanese pilots to do that. And you just don't see, you know, all this suicide anywhere. No, because it's a virus. It's like claustrophobia, and our medical system has totally failed it. Example, why don't women get PTSD? Because they don't sneeze and cough into eyeballs. That's why. It's a tradition of young men who aren't very careful about such things. It's very much like claustrophobia, you know. Claustrophobia, if you talk to these so-called papered PhDs and doctors, they haven't got a clue what causes claustrophobia. But it's a virus, and it's a sister to PTSD, but without the nightmarish, I want to die kind of stuff. Folks, this epidemic of suicides is a virus.